It's
I
still,
count as a three.
I feel that.
Or 536-3 set on the up for the dog park
Got
workshop.
a quorum now, we can start if you want.
Yeah.
Do we have a quorum? Are we good?
We're-
I'm gonna shut this door then, sorry.
Sue's on her way. She's gonna be 5 minutes late, and then Rob may be coming. Just give you guys a heads up.
How about John? You're him.
I have not heard from John.
All right, 3:30 on 16th of January, 2025. I'm going to call the meeting to order. And I'm going to verify that we have a quorum. We do. Okay, I'll accept a motion to adopt the agenda.
So motion.
Got one, got a second? Guys need a second?
Yes.
The motion, oh, okay. Okay, I'll take a motion to approve the meeting minutes from last month's meeting.
Our motion to approve them since they've been corrected.
I wasn't here, so.
I'll second. Okay, all right, I'm going to make a motion that we move up the members' and owners' comments to this point so that this young lady doesn't have to waste her whole time,
Meeting, that's fine.
okay?
I will motion that, second it, or whatever the,
Motion made and second. You introduce yourself and
Okay.
tell you what the problem was or is.
Okay, yeah, so my name's Alyssa Rodriguez. I've been a resident here for about, owned the house for about 15 years here. I just actually started going to the dog park about 4 years ago. At that time when dog park, it was absolutely beautiful, like the grass was lush, everything was great. I know that, you guys have had some problems with the landscaper, that's what I've heard from, the phone calls that I've made to, kind of complain about the situation. And I understand all that, but I'll be honest, I'm a realtor as well. And I own a few houses throughout the city, and the dog park became a huge reason why I love living here. I have 2 little toy poodles, one passed away, I have a puppy. And I've made so many nice friends. Like, it's such a beautiful place. And I really appreciate everything that you guys do, and giving us the dog park with a small side and a large side. And I really do love it. It's, like I said, one of the huge points of why I love being here so much. I know that there's been some issues, and I just want to point out, that there is really no more grass. I'm sure you're aware of it. But it
Oh, yeah, we're aware.
you're talking on the small dog side or the little dog side?
I only go
Or
to the
big?
little side.
Okay.
From what I hear, it's a big side too, but I only go to the little side. So
Big size actually worse.
from what I hear, but for me, it's not just really about appearance. It's a health issue because, I have my older poodle. For whatever reason, when I bring her in the dog park, she finds the dirt and she rolls in it. She's tan. And when I leave, she's gray. And I have a video I'd love to show you of that, just so you guys can see. And I just printed up some pictures. My son took some drone photography and just some pictures of like the condition, which I'm sure you, like I said, you're aware of it.
Could
but-
we have them? Just give them to the board?
That's fine, no problem at all.
Just set it down and
And I would love to just show you all that video if I possibly can. It's only like a quick video, but like I said, that I just feel that it's a health issue because who knows what's in that dirt. I mean, I could pass it around, but if you could see,
Yeah.
that's my poodle. And everybody at the dog park was laughing, like, because it looks pretty funny, but like I wasn't laughing.
When you get back home.
Yeah, because it was in her eyes, it was in her mouth, and who knows what's in the dirt, you know what I mean? Like, there's wild animals, there's stray cats, you know what I mean? And then, for the dogs also in the dog park that are urinating and pooping in that dirt, and, now my dog is rolling in it, and I got to put her in my car, so that's the only thing. I mean, I don't know how the board works, like, I've never joined the board.
I don't think the board knows how it works either. So
But,
we've been addressing the issues, but of course now it's winter and grass doesn't grow in the winter. So we do what we can. It's an ongoing, every
You-
meeting we talk about.
The
Conditions.
teaching to the choir, we all, every one of us here and every one of us who isn't here yet is the same.
Just to replace the sod and I-
Well, that's what that's on the plan.
That will require closing the dog park for 10, 12 weeks, I think we talked about.
And what's gonna happen?
Because the sod has to take root. I mean, we can replace
They
it.
need to be replaced and put a new sod, the roots start getting in.
Right.
Nothing can be running.
And quite frankly, to do that fairly, we're gonna probably have to split the parks. So, and I'm gonna make the recommendation.
We're
whether
gonna
it's
talk about
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for large dogs, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
All right, so you do one.
And this way it's fair, everybody.
Yeah, we can't.
And then when they fix the other side, they reverse it.
Be a great idea. It'd be a great idea, you know? I mean, okay.
We would love for you to come on
No, now that it's
11th.
left, I'll definitely be there, 100% up.
and bring that up again,
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
but have a solution.
well, the solution is I'd be happy to get you a whole bunch of quotes. I mean, I know I have some good landscapers that I've worked with in the past
We
oh, you're a landscaper?
No, I'm the facilities person.
He handles all,
Yeah.
it's actually his job.
We have numbers, it's just, we already have numbers, it's just waiting for the right moment that need to be executed.
So he just started. So a lot of this had happened before his watch. So just give you a
I've
heads.
been here 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heritage all this.
Oh, I get it. I know, from what I heard, they were trying to spray the weeds and they killed everything and.
Yeah. And then the cold temperature now when I kill whatever is left, so,
It's nothing.
yeah.
It's all weeds, yeah.
So we have the numbers of replacing everything, it's just
Oh, no,
when they're gonna be executed.
Yeah.
Krupa is better. Yeah, it's, believe me, I actually have 2 people come to the Bronx Dog Park that have white dogs that no longer come. And that's a shame.
Yeah,
And it's a shame because it's not even dirt, it's sand.
yeah.
It's disgusting. And until they get the watering system down to where it's working correctly, even though when they turn it on, it works, it's not working correctly in the sense that it's not coming on the way it should, and it's not just there. I've had people there, believe it or not, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning to see if it was even wet. It's not. But so there's things that he knows about. We talked to the person who is really in charge of the actual putting the grass down, Brian. And he said he's looking into what they call a Wi-Fi watering system. And if he gets that, our problems will be answered. I don't know where that is right now or how it works. I don't even know how it works, but he was happy with it. So.
Well, what happened with those is, yes, you will see on the phone, like Brian will tell you, it's sending on, but that's the system. We need to make sure that the valves are working. If the valves are not working and failing, the system will tell you, yeah, send the signal, it should be on. But it don't tell you really if water is coming out. He told you the signal went out, but if the valves are working correctly, it will.
I know, but that seems to be
At least you're gonna have something telling you that.
too
it's-
often occurrence when the system
Yeah.
went out.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, I'm gonna spend the money and it's $100,000
To do what?
to resod that.
To both dog parks?
Yep.
Yes, that's the number we got. Then we need to make sure it works.
How many acres is
The
it?
quote,
You have,
it's 39,000.
okay, what, you have, it, because we'll discuss it in a minute.
That town hall has,
Yes.
they get that.
You don't have any control of that. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
board and town hall that has the control. And that's the other issue, which, you know what they say about the snake?
I can't.
If the head's not working, the rest of the snake's not working. Well, maybe that's what we have. Okay,
So, listen, any other comments on the sand?
You know, that's it. I mean, like I said, it's, as we being in real estate, it's one of the huge selling points to sell the community.
absolutely.
And I wouldn't even bring a client there to show them that dog park at this point because.
So we appreciate you coming.
Yeah, no,
Thank you
And
so much.
believe me, you're just one of a pyramid of people. We got to do something.
yeah, I really hope that we can get it resolved. I mean,
Well, hopefully we will see you on February 11th.
Yep.
It's
Bring
multiple,
your neighbors.
multiple
Yeah, that's heritage,
solutions,
right?
lots of ideas, so that's
Yes, ma'am.
our,
That's why we're picking Heritage, because we're a bigger venue and we can
correct.
invite like.
So this, okay, that sounds good, because this meeting is for other things, not just dog park today, right? Is that
Well,
right?
it's for dog parks, but if we have different agendas.
Like
Yeah.
for,
We talk about all kinds of things.
Okay, so you were all on the board?
yes.
That's here?
We're all on the dog park committee.
Oh, the
None
committee.
of us are on the board.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're not on the board. We don't want to be on
So
that.
there's a committee of just residents that are here?
Absolutely, that's what we are.
These are residents who live here and go to the dog park.
Okay.
Can you make
Now we're going to see your pups and
or your landscaper contact information, because I've been, your landscaper contacts that you use for your real estate, can you make sure he has that information?
Yeah,
I'd
sure.
be really curious to see.
I mean, I think we should get a bunch of
What
quotes.
they come up with,
I
yeah.
mean, how many quotes was that of 100,000?
No, it's not that number. The quote for.
That was a total we had last year
That's my fault.
for a bunch of other things.
It's, for the landscaping for both park is 39,000, I will tell you right now. 39,800,
To sign up both sides?
start on both sides.
okay, I wouldn't, if
More
you're,
reasonable?
are you, anything else that you want to, we'll see you at Pups and Pints on Saturday?
Yeah, I'll be there.
But thank you very much. Appreciate you coming and anytime.
Yeah. How would I get involved in being on the committee? Like, how does that work?
So
On the dog
in
park committee.
In February or March.
February, March, they'll start putting out an email. It'll be in the blasts. It'll be in the emails that you get. Town Hall will have information on filling out an application to be on the committee.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good day.
The next part
Thank you.
ironically is condition of the dog park and maintenance.
So we have, from my side, we have Brian's quote for 39,800 to put new sod on both
So how
sides.
much was it?
39,800.
39.
That will be on both, covered both sides.
Okay.
And that was from, which company?
Squeeze, Brian.
And does that include installation and
Yep.
prepping and taking out?
It will include.
Like, that's not just the sod
A
itself.
complete replace, yeah, a complete replacement on both sides, large and small. This is with Bahia grass, San Agustin soya, Bermuda, either or, whatever you're gonna be selected, you're gonna be a same price. Demolition of the site, prepare the turf area, including removal of the existing grading, sod installation in the large part, and then it's separated on two different price. Total price 39, but they have the price for the small park and the.
Can we have a copy of that quote?
Okay, where do they get the 100,000 then?
That was in the maintenance, that 100,000 is in the budget maintenance for the dog park. And I think it's not only sod, but it's also
Gravel.
sprinkler system,
Oh, okay.
gravel, the repainting of like like all of the stuff that goes into maintaining the dog park. That's what that was a budget line item for 100,000.
And then what I did myself is I came here and I put the clock to run myself without Brian even know that I was coming. I check everything and put all the zones and the entire park run. What happened?
It ran in July when we all stood in the middle of the dog park.
As soon as it started at 11 o'clock at night, the first 3-4 hours is only drips. And drips, nobody gonna see it. They are on the ground, they're just gonna be for the plants. And that go all the way to like 2-3 in the morning.
Okay,
And then after that is when your sprinkle systems start going off.
so our sprinklers actually go off
They-
at about 3 AM,
It will say in between
between 2 and 3.
3 or 4,
Okay, so between 3 and 4,
those songs gonna start going on.
okay, and how often are we watering? Are we watering just
It's,
twice a week?
it's twice a week. It's on, I think it's on Mondays and Wednesdays.
So Monday at 3 AM and Wednesday at 3 AM?
So it start at 11 and it go all the way.
So does it start, on Sunday at 11 PM or does it start on Monday at 11 PM?
It will start on Monday.
At 11?
You're gonna start at Monday at 11 PM to Tuesday.
So it's actually going off on Tuesdays and Thursdays inside.
If you count it, yes, when water,
Well, I need to know when the clock is.
because the entire irrigation is affecting the park. It's just that it's outside areas, inside areas.
Right.
So, but it start from like 11 to like,
And that's.
it start at 11 PM on Monday, but the inside part that you prefer to see will be Tuesday,
What's the next date? You said Thursday?
Wednesday going to
Do
Thursday.
we have anybody physically going there from your area to actually see that it is actually going on when you say it is? Because I've had I'll have them come to the next meeting.
So at that specific time, 3, 4 in the morning, no, I don't have a staff here. So what I did is I mimic that, I just changed the times at the time that I was there, so I can see him clicking on the valve activating and the zones running. So if it worked for me from 11 PM to 4 PM, it will do the same at that time. And all the
So
bulb,
you just ran it during the day.
so I can see them actually going on, working,
Did you do it
adjust two
Monday
sprays.
when the park is closed?
Yep. And then I did it, I adjust 2 sprays that was like off of the property that pointing to a different direction, put it back in, that's it.
Was that enough in the summertime?
If I told you yes or no, I'm lying. I'm not an irrigation or a landscaper guy. That's what I use in my house is 2 hours, but I don't have that much grass. So that would be a Brian question. I'm assuming yes. He is the expert. He set the time. So how much time they run?
And then my next question is,
Brian,
often in the summer, we as residents are affected by the water pressure because there's not enough water pressure to pop the sprinklers.
Yeah.
Is the dog park on that same system?
Everybody's on the same
So the dog
pressure of the
park
city.
will have that same issue with sprinklers in the middle of summer. So like when ours can't pop because the water pressure is super low or whatever.
It can happen. That's what I tell you. The system, even the electronic can say it's on, but if the pressure is off, you're not gonna be able to wet.
So it thinks it's on, but it's not actually on. So we don't have an actual report of it actually running.
If the system gonna show you, the electric system that you can see in your phone, will tell you, oh, it's on. That is a signal saying that it's on.
Right, but
But again, it's gonna be the pressure,
if the pressure isn't in,
or it's 2, 3 valves out, you don't gonna see that. The only way you're gonna know if it's running or not, if you put a flow master meter on the main line, that's the only one gonna say all the time is water is running or not.
okay, so is that a thing that can be done?
It can be, Brian probably can put one of those. That will tell you that it's running.
So so my thought is, since watering is an issue in the dog park and it has been from like the beginning of time, why do we not put the flow master thing on the main water line so that we know when the pressure is actually enough for it to go and not go? That way, that would eliminate, oh, the system said it went off, but oh, it didn't actually go off.
With a smart system, you should be able to judge how much water is flowing through in any given area. If there's a leak, you should be able to see that the water.
But clearly we don't.
If you have the flow.
Yes, a smart system. I think more importantly right now is what can be done. Number one, why do we have low water pressure?
So it's not us, it's the city.
Okay.
It's the
Why
county.
Why can't we put on somehow here a pump house
Mhm.
to pump up the pressure for our area?
You can, all that is possible. It's just that you need to be probably figure out, request a measure.
That go
You
to
can put tanks.
BCD, CD or
No, you,
CCD.
CC. I don't know which of the
But
outlets.
I think once we get a smart system where we can start measuring, and I think one of the biggest issues that will help the pressure is cutting back on the waste of water from broken sprinkler heads. I live in Spring Lake and there's constantly broken sprinkler heads there going down Celebration.
Go down the boulevard the other day in the middle of the guys.
when that happens, you.
And
this
that
pressure no
happens,
matter what.
that happens from the landscapers on the, mowing the lawn road and all that stuff. And, I think if there was more inspections, because it seems like the frequency is increasing from when I first moved here 2.5 years ago. So I think if we have more inspections when the sprinklers are come on, we can nip it right away and stop wasting the water and saving pressure. But right now, it's foolish on the way we just let things go.
Yeah, are you sure that it's reaching all of it, like that area in a big dog park where it's all sand?
Yeah, all the entire, they have moving sprinkles, everything was getting wet at the time. It's just, like I say, it's just throwing now to dirt. Now I can tell you that day, everything worked. I'm here 3 months. I know you guys have been fighting this for a long time. Since I'm here, that I'm being held accountable,
Right.
I made that it's working, and it's been working, and it's running. Now, we are not wetting right now anything that we want to. The pressure's not been an issue when I tested, but again, I tested just the functionality of the system.
Right.
We need to see what is going on at 3, 4 in the morning.
Well, I really, I mean, I know you've only been here 3 months, and I know that you picked up a lot of the baloney that came from before. I understand that. However, I think this is the last shot that this community is going to take of wasting money by putting sod down that doesn't get watered and then dies. Prime example is what happened in that circle up in Artisan.
Okay.
That happens every year in Spring Lake.
Yeah.
They replace it and it's dead within 3 months because the water's not coming. Or
Same here in Toronto too.
it's every,
It's all it, yeah.
I'm curious, when I first moved to Spring, the dog park was in much better condition, and hearing the stories how it was so great back then. What was done back then differently within the last year that led to such a huge difference? I mean, if anyone has knowledge of what sort of maintenance was being done 2, 3, 4 years ago, what best practices were, are we living up to that right now? Are we falling short? We need to know what we're doing wrong to fix it, to get it better like it used to be.
I would say that even 2 years ago, we were having all these issues. We had these issues when I was on the dog park previous to the year I wasn't dog park. Like, none of that has changed. So if we want to look at like maintenance historical, we're gonna have to go back to like 5.
And not only,
5.
not only that, maintenance is like my department don't do anything related to the irrigation or landscape. That's what we had the vendor. So my team do not touch anything related to that. Now, here in the dog park, I've been helping just to see how everything works. My team is not the one that work on it. It will be the vendor.
Right.
Now that I can now promise you guys that I'm making the vendor accountable for what is working, yes. That probably is what is not being done, is just work with the vendor, get that relationship. Hey, let's come here, let's just look at this, do an inspection when I can every week, run and make sure that I can put eyes on it. Yes, I can do that. I can promise that's different versus what you guys see before. That gonna help us? Yes, that will be the final solution. Probably not. We maybe need a smart system. We need a new grass, and all combined gonna give you what you want.
Yeah, I mean, we all acknowledge that our dogs use the grass and they're gonna mess up the grass and all. We're not expecting it to look like a beautiful manicured lawn. However, we're expecting actual grass in as much places as it can be and to look as good as it can. We've done the research and approved a limited set of like pesticides that can be in there. We close the dog parks 1 day a week so that kind of stuff can be applied and taken care of. And so that maintenance can happen safely for both the landscapers and the dogs themselves. So we're doing all that we can, but there's something that is missing in this equation that is keeping the dog park looking janky.
I'm going to make a motion instead of putting this on the agenda. I'm going to table this. I'm going to use the word table because maybe next month you bring Brian with you and you can give us ending or some kind of feeling about what you actually just told us now. Okay, especially about timeframes and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I do not discuss anything with him about the smart system. So I don't know if it's quoting one. I don't have that discussion. I know the system and I know he probably will know it too, but I don't know if he's being told like quote a new system.
I don't think he has, I mean, not,
Right,
but
yeah, I think I really would like you and Brian to come and just pick up from where you just ended up.
Okay.
Give us time, dates, stuff, such and such, because that lady is not unique.
Yeah.
Believe me. All right,
And I can see it.
I need a motion to
I
take.
see.
And in all fairness.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the small dog side until the last couple of months, like, the small dog side was always in better condition. See.
God bless you. All right, so I have a motion to table this until next meeting. Do I have a second? I got a second. All right. Rules and regulations update. Now, I keep this on here every month, really, because I think it's critical that we know where we stand. Jill and I had asked them to make a new signage with the new regulations on it. Hopefully that'll be coming soon.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
With
then
with the change in the rule.
with all the change in the rules, the weight, et cetera, et cetera. Now, that's going to be one of the big issues coming up, which I'm getting ahead of stuff with. All right, agenda for the workshop. That's where it's going to come up. These things are going to come up. And Jill had a fantastic idea. Limit it to the questions, but make sure you have a solution. If you're going to make a suggestion, even if it's a far out something, like I asked this lady here, you're going to bring something up, have a solution for us.
So at some of the other workshops we've talked about, they've done sticky notes where people wrote the problem, but they also had to write a solution, and then we kind of group them and categorize. So I think we should try to do that. I don't know how much we can get done in an hour. That's not just going to be a bunch of complaining and no actual progress, but it will be at least good to hear what the community at large's thoughts are. Because we kind of, we hear the people that we see mostly, but we don't hear the people who don't come to the dog park for whatever their reason is.
Yeah, and every issue is going to be important, but some people they have tendencies to, they got one little issue they want to just spend a whole month on. That's where we're going to try to avoid that. Are we going to have many board members there?
Do we even have a board liaison anymore?
No, yeah, it is. It's Jared Wise. Yeah, I just got to invite them over. Today, Rod and Sue, the date is now, I'm going to throw that out there now. Because we're
Yeah,
talking about
that's the perfect time.
It's February 11th. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's been changed.
It's 11.
11 is February 11th, 5:30 to 6:30 at Heritage Hall. Now, if it goes over a little bit, it may go over, but
I'm gonna think we're gonna end up going.
it's, Heritage Hall. We need, as much as I'm thinking that we're gonna get a lot of residents here, we need a bigger space. That's the only time I can get Heritage Hall. Heritage Hall is the area with the pool that has that playground we just,
It's in South Village.
so it's in South Village, yeah.
Okay, if the board comes, which would be great, I really would like them to let us handle a majority of it so that it doesn't become a political.
I don't think it will be. Jared's not, he'll just sit there and hang out.
If he's the only one that comes, yeah, that's great.
Well, yeah, I don't think it'll get too political because we're there to hear the voice of everybody and also to get solutions to.
And it's a dog park workshop.
Right. Absolutely.
Any thoughts on that workshop at all?
Yeah. Leading up to that, do we have a list or not? Can we get a list of the most common dog park users?
I have asked multiple times
Okay.
for lists, but I have never actually gotten.
Okay, we could probably.
We should know who's in there.
Yeah.
We should be able to send an email to.
Yeah, the problem with this is the people who have the dogs registered here, send out an email, let them know, the week, which will be done.
Talking.
Also, try to, put in an action item to ask your questions and offer solutions at least 10 days before the meeting or a week, whatever.
Yeah,
So
to
when the
submit
meeting
their
comes
questions.
around, you know what's going to be asked, you're not going to be blindsided, we'll have more answers available.
We could do that. You could put something out, right?
So-
Would it be better to do signage at the park? Just put a couple of signs up at the park.
You can do that too.
We could absolutely do that too. And we could even, and I know how long it took to get the last one, do a QR code that will just let them fill out a form that could be a Google Doc. I could make one in like 3 minutes that says name, address, concerns about the dog park, solutions.
Top 5, 10 complaints, whatever, and so.
Right.
So then we can go.
So
You
Dan,
got two different things. You got people who are registered, able to
Sorry,
come,
Jared.
Yeah.
and then you got the people who actually
It's
come.
not accepted.
Yeah.
Yes.
The ones that are registered don't, aren't gonna respond, because they're not gonna be, any passionate about it. But the ones that do come up, especially the more frequent users or ones that stop coming are gonna be the ones most passionate.
so Danny,
Yes, ma'am.
is it possible? Or I should say, can you get a list of, clock in and clock outs on the dog park gates? Get the top 10 for small dog park and little dog park. And if we could have those names, maybe we can reach out as a committee and say, hey, we're doing this, please submit your stuff. That's question number 1. Question number 2, how hard will it be? And I know the answer is already going to be impossible, but to get a QR code made that goes to a Google Doc that fills out and says, hey, fill this out with your concerns and your solutions.
Prior to the meeting, you're saying like.
Yes.
Having so.
To the meeting. I don't want to do this like 5 minutes before the meeting.
No, no,
Do
no.
it now.
This is something that it's not just for this, it's for like future.
It's for the workshop, but also in general.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So.
I mean, sure, they can submit it year round if they want. That's fine, but
That may not be a good idea.
And how,
It's not bad. So that'd be something.
it's a
Be an
suggestion.
agenda item too. Just- Yeah, I like that.
That's, yeah.
But
We could make a QR code. That is a tech thing. So I'm, well, not the QR code.
I can make that in 3
No, Not
seconds.
not the QR code. The list of names.
Yeah,
So
so was why I had 2 questions.
that, yeah. So question number 2 answered, yes, we can do that. Question number 1, that is a big, because it used to be before we changed to Gallagher, now, Dan and Dom.
When did we change?
When we changed, key card scan, we had the key card scan first, right? That was how I can tell who clocked in, who clocked out, at the dog park, right? With this new Gallagher system, it doesn't work that way. That's what I was told. Now, here's the thing, I am not the IT guy. So,
Okay, it's been 25 years in IT.
so
That's a basic functionality of any tap in, tap out system.
yeah, it's there, it's whether they want it turned on. or not.
So there is some issues.
I mean, maybe need to go to a report.
So when
Yes.
the Gallagher
can
system
ask
was on, and remember the dog park got closed?
Mhm.
Remember that? We were trying to get-
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we always having issues with their key card scan.
Yeah.
The new system. Now, I'm looking into that because I think, honestly, I think it's gonna be hard to do, but I'm not into IT. So, because when I asked for certain things, it was, I don't know, so.
Okay, I don't know.
So,
or-
Jill, here's the
I don't
thing.
know.
So this is what I am trying to do, because we are doing this, I'm trying to get Jared logged in, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I know you're
So-
trying to do too many things and I asked you 3 questions.
No, so I think we should be able to get it. Now, is it one of those where I can just get the names of anybody who uses the small dog park? I don't think so. Because I think it's gonna be into a spreadsheet to where we got to go.
Every one of those gates are coded.
Okay, listen, I am not.
I know you're not an IT guy.
You know what I'm saying, right?
I get
You
it.
asked me, so I am trying to find out about that because we had the discussion last meeting.
And I'm only going to you because I would just
Yes.
go ask people directly.
Yeah, so what I'm telling you is like, you're giving me like, well, I know.
I know it's not you. I know you're not an IT.
Yes, I would love to get that, but yes, let me find out more detail. But I'm telling you right now, the way I'm hearing about key card scan and all that, it's not gonna be an easy task. Shocked. Given that. Wait, hold on a second.
It's a decent a spreadsheet, like,
Just say,
Might there be privacy issues?
am I, so. There you go.
I don't know if it's privacy.
Tell it, Jim. Go ahead. Go for it. But listen, yes, believe me, I wish we could just get the names here. I know. But
Ryan, quick
it's not like we're giving it to the world. We're giving it to,
question.
Okay, but he either can or can't.
so we need to discuss.
Do you still have the data of users prior to the new system being put in?
I believe so. We should. Everyone who's
Okay.
still in the system, we could.
Okay, so that was gonna give us
here's that.
a starting point while you guys are trying to figure out what can be done.
And I asked Dom the question and see if he answered before we finish, but
Okay.
I asked him.
Oh, you asked him too? I just asked him that too. Okay. All right.
Yeah, instead of attacking him right now, let's just.
Oh, no,
find out if you can
no,
do
I,
it.
oh, no, I'm, no.
I just want I just wanted to ask my questions in a clear manner, so that they weren't construed to be something different. If there's a privacy issue, that's one thing. However, there should not be an issue giving the dog park committee, which has to sign an ethics agreement before we can be on this committee, the names. I'm not asking for addresses, phone numbers, and dates of birth. I just want the top 10 people who are using the dog park on the big and little side.
Okay.
I'm not asking for like the world.
Okay, all right. Dom, the IT director says yes, yes, we can.
Awesome.
Okay, now.
We would like that.
All right, good. So we got that. Any other ideas on the workshop before we go to the next agenda item?
So agenda for the workshop, I think, aside from just getting people's ideas, we need to talk about the maintenance. We need to talk about what we as a committee work on and talk about and consider, so that people don't just like, I don't think people like that lady that was here who didn't even know we had a dog park committee.
We know there are going to be certain issues. That's going to be one.
Right, but I think we should say.
Size of the dog's going to be
This
the other one.
is what we do. And I'm guessing everybody's there, I can tell.
Well, one thing that can be done moving forward, people move into the community, they're gonna want to might have a hard time or take some time to find out, but when they register the dog, they should be given, when they get the information on the community, they show us the information on the dog park, what to do to get involved, blah, 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 contact information of the community members or.
Yeah.
You guys control what you want to have said.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with people knowing I'm on the dog park committee. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
So when I'm asking people and I see their dogs and I'm like, hey, do you go to the dog park? No, well, why not? Oh, my
And you
God.
know, it would be good for the realtors to sell in the community as well, to also have additional information
Yeah,
such as this.
absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, one of the things that if I were sitting on the other side, I would bring up, okay, we're going to fix it. We're going to spend this money. Are we going to make sure it's maintained? That's going to be top.
Biggest question I get is, when is it gonna be fixed?
Yes.
Because sod's put in all the time. And it fails all the time.
All right, are we ready to go on to pups and pints?
We also have issues with the gates all the time. So
Yeah. Well, that's
Well, okay, so are the gates working now? I know the meeting that you and I had, you stated that they were, so are they?
as of last night, yesterday, because
and the small dog, I haven't checked it. The small dog.
I don't know about the small dog park. So, I only go to the
Yeah.
big side. That's
I-
that's
To
fixed.
the
The fences were fixed, by the way, at the big dog park.
closest to the library. Okay.
Let me know what his.
I will check it when I'm them.
Ready to move on?
Yes.
All right. You want to be the person who shows these wonderful gifts that we have to buy and
Sure.
pieces?
So we got our samples back. This is small dog.
Feel them.
They're actually
Really well made.
and nice quality. This is for big dogs. I like the size of the logos on both of them that we've seen, but not like. This is the magnet. It's smaller than I want, so next go around, I want a bigger magnet for my car.
Yeah, next year, hopefully have it that size and it big.
Yeah, they should all be washable. I mean, I don't know if I dry, yeah, it should be fine. Might crack it for a while, but I would put it in the dryer. Air drying, and that's the tote bag.
Yeah.
So, and it's like for like toys and treats and stuff like that.
The prices that we came up with,
We're gonna sell the tote bag for $12.
Zipper.
Dude, next door.
I don't know. I just wonder what that would cost additional, like.
I was lucky you got tote bags.
Yeah, yeah.
So next go around, we're gonna see how these go, and so we're gonna sell the tote bag for $12. The bandanas for $10 each. It doesn't matter which size, and the magnets are gonna be $5. That makes us a little bit of profit on each of them, a decent amount of profit. We will also make available a bundle for $25. So I think you said $27 if you bought one of each.
25.
25 for the bundle, but 27 if you bought them individually.
Oh,
Go bundle for 25 of all, one of each. You know, one banana, one tote bag and one banana. So we spent a total of $928.81 on the items themselves. We have 50 of each and 25 of each bandana. So 50 tote bags, 50 magnets, and 25 big and 25 little bandanas. So that is our plan.
As information,
I do for the, which we hadn't gotten to that part yet, but for the, costume contest, we're doing 3 prizes. Wolfgang is doing a basket up again. I asked them. I'm going to do a basket as my business, which is pet photography. And then, I have not yet contacted Melania, but I'll contact either Melania or, Academy and see if one of them wants to sponsor the.
I was thinking more of like community business sponsors. I don't know what the attendance is of these events. But a lot of times you'll see your real estate agents will get a little booth. There'll be a sponsor or.
Well, there's,
Store, what?
there's 27 vendors that are going to visit this at Tops and Pines.
Okay,
So that all goes through the special events committee. We just have our little. thing.
okay, so they have much get sponsors.
Yeah, it's actually a special events.
Okay.
Experience Kissimmee is one of the bigger sponsors, and there's a real estate company who I forget who it is.
you're the one who's giving out the pies.
Huh?
Danica?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Stanica is the other one that is like the name sponsors for
Yeah.
it. But EK is handing out stuff, and then everybody has all the booths that vendors have booths and stuff.
As information, we have a total of 16,844 and 35 cents left in our budget, in our money, in our budget. And
That
Every-
was after we spent the nine.
every penny that we make, every profit goes into our,
We have agreed that we will keep that, and Danny is gonna start to put a little line item in our agenda that says our balance, what we spent, what we have left, we made, that kind of thing.
now this thing Saturday, it's from to 10 to 1.
Yeah, 10-1.
10-1.
We're going to be there at 9 o'clock. We have, with anybody who wants to come, I would love to have as many
This-
people
this-
there as possible.
It's 2 days from now, from 10-1.
I have all the handouts.
I gotta figure out how I could reshuffle my business schedule.
So I'll be at
Supposed
the,
to be in Windermere Garden.
we're more important. I will be at the booth all day. It's only 3 hours. I remember when it was much longer and much hotter day. But this is good. We're gonna sponsor the costume contest, which starts at noon. And I'll bring the tablecloth for the tables. We have our banner that Danny has. So it should look nice. We're gonna sell these at the event. I haven't made it yet. I'm gonna make a laminated price sheet, so. And then we're gonna use Town Hall Square system to take credit cards for it. And a small kitty for money if we take monies. That's the,
Hopefully, everybody will be there. Lots of beer. Lots of pubs. All right, the next meeting, February 20th. That's the scheduled time for the meeting. Is that correct, Danny?
that is correct.
Right.
That is correct according to my calendar. Where is it again? Next meeting
Yeah, next meeting, February 20th here.
at 3:30.
And I'll take a motion for agenda. I mean,
Not yet. I'm working on, I've submitted the article already for February. I'm working on March's article now. Yeah, we've been able to have an article in the magazine every month. Nobody is. And I've been adding photos, which helps it. And if you have a dog, you take a picture of it, put it in the magazine. I'll do that too.
yeah.
Because I'm using my own stock of dogs that I've photographed around Celebration. I'm happy to photograph other dogs.
Okay, I'm waiting for a motion
To do what?
to adjourn.
Are we done?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
There you go.
Thank you. Pups and pint.